Good morning, welcome back to my channel, welcome to today's video. It is a beautiful spring day outside. There is something about the sun shining that really helps my mood. I am fully in the trenches of being a mum at the moment, and being a mum has been the best thing that's ever happened to me. Honestly, hands down the best thing. I love being a mum. However, it's also the hardest thing in the absolute world. I try to put my all into it, and do you know what? Sometimes I get to a stage where I think, I'm burnt out, I'm exhausted, and I really want to look after myself a little bit more. So that is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be going on a journey of looking after myself a bit more, just treating myself a little bit, trying to get a little bit more exercise going. For example, I love doing the food shop. I love going to the grocery store and doing the food shop, but I haven't done it in so long because I'm just so terrified as a breastfeeding mum of getting into the shop and needing to breastfeed my baby. But I can't do that forever. I really enjoy doing the food shop. I love mooching around the food shops. I love seeing what's new in. I love recipe planning. I'm going to do that today. I'm going to go to the food shops, I'm going to bring my baby, and we're just gonna do it, okay? We're gonna brave it. I'm going to bring you guys with me because I need some friends. I've said it to you, I have to do it. I have to do it. So he's having a long nap right now. When he wakes up, I'm gonna feed him, I'm gonna get us in the car, I'm gonna stop putting it off, and we're gonna go food shopping. And do you know what? I'm actually looking forward to it. I love going around the food shop. At the moment, sleep is scarce, not only because I have a very little tiny baby, but because my toddler has also had a cough, and we're just up in the night a lot. And do you know what? Sleep deprivation, it gets you in the end. So we're going to start looking after ourselves a little bit more. It's also coming up to Mother's Day. Did you see how I just ran like Usain Bolt to the front door so the delivery man wouldn't bang on the door? He rang the doorbell, and normally they ring the doorbell and then we've got this really cool but very loud old-fashioned bell in my doorway. They normally ring the doorbell, which is the Ring doorbell, and then they bang on the bell, they ring the bell. And I had to just run like Usain Bolt to the front door to tell him, don't ring the bell, I'm here, I've got the package, thank you very much. Because my baby's asleep, and do you know what? I just can't have another broken nap with my baby right now. Anyway, back to being calm. I'm the calm, cool and connected mother. As I said, it was coming up to Mother's Day, and do you know what? Mother's Day is so important to me these days because being a mum is everything to me. They are my everything, but also I have to like give myself some brownie points at some point in life, haven't I? Like, otherwise I'm not teaching my children the right way to look after yourself. If I'm always just sacrificing myself all the time, I'm not actually teaching my babies that looking after yourself is also really important. So we're on a mission, we're going to look after ourselves. It's coming up to Mother's Day, and talking of Mother's Day, I have the most special Mother's Day present that you could possibly get. The mums in your life, your wife, your girlfriend, anyone who is a mother figure maybe. And it's these stunning, gorgeous earrings that I very kindly received from TJC, which is the jewellery channel. They sent me these 0.5 carat lab grown diamond earrings. How stunning. Do you know how special that is to me? I have not had anything that feels a bit special or a bit glam and lovely on my body for so long now. And to have actual diamonds in my ears is stunning. These are lab grown, so I was so interested in these and what this company does. Lab grown diamonds. If you didn't know, the diamond industry is actually very unethical. There's a lot of people suffering because of the diamond industry. So the fact that they can grow lab grown diamonds is incredible. I have these stunning diamond earrings in. What a perfect way for me to celebrate Mother's Day. TJC has actually given me a £20 off code for you. Now, when you hear diamond earrings, you might think, oh my gosh, they're going to be so expensive, but they're not actually crazily expensive. They're a really affordable, they're a well-priced jewellery piece, and you get £20 off. So if you are maybe someone who wants to treat someone in your life, or you want to treat yourself because you're also a mum working at a million miles an hour all the time, do use my £20 off discount code. It's limited time only. You can actually use the £20 off anything on their website, so absolutely anything. Minimum spend is £50, so which is incredible. Yeah, a big shout out to TJC for making me feel probably the most put together and special I have felt in months. I left my link down below. Go directly through my link and use my discount code for your £20 off. And yeah, it's just really put a pep in my step to have these in my ears. Got like diamond strength today. I don't know if any of you watch Gladiators, but Diamond is my favourite character on there. So I've got diamond strength today. I've got diamonds in my ears. I feel extra. I can do this. I've got my green tea. I'm just waiting for my baby to wake up. I mean, I don't want him to wake up too soon because he really does need a long nap, especially if we're going to battle Aldi together. So I'm going to go to Aldi today, so there will be a food shop haul as well. I'm about to just write some things on my list and see what I'm going to get from Aldi, because I've got such mum fog brain at the moment. There is no way I can go to Aldi without a really specific shopping list. I am so lucky to be in this house. I'm so lucky to have like the garden that I have. I have flowers blooming everywhere and I feel so fortunate. So let's get this show on the road. So I've just sat down with the rest of my cup of tea to make a shopping list. This is how you know I'm rushed off my feet. I actually have forgotten to eat today. This is coming from someone who's hungry all of the time. So I've just wolfed down a bowl of cereal. That's not keeping in with today's theme of looking after myself a bit more. Okay, so Lawrence and I have a shared to-do list. So if you've not heard of To-Do, it's just an app made by Microsoft, I think. It's such a good like tick list. I always talk about it. I've never obviously worked with them, but I think it's a really good tick list. So far at the moment we've got 3 things on the list that we didn't manage to get in our last shop. Bread, crispy onions, frozen Brussels sprouts. Bread we don't need. Crispy onions, random, but maybe Lawrence wants them for a recipe. So I'm going to start adding things. Now what I do is I envision going through the shop, and I'm going to Aldi today, so I envision going through Aldi and what you start with. So you always start with like the fresh fruit, and then it moves on to sort of vegetables, and it moves on to meat and fish, then it moves on to like yogurt and dairy, then you go back round and then it's other vegetables. That's how I do it. Okay, so we need bananas. I don't buy too much fresh fruit, to be honest. I always buy bananas, but fresh fruit doesn't last too long. I love frozen fruit because you can just defrost it and it's picked. It's frozen at pick, so it's higher in nutrition. This week I want to have salmon fillets, salady bits, like beetroot. Really fancy beetroots at the moment. Maybe like cubed potatoes or sweet potatoes or something like that. So I'm going to buy a sweet potato, just one, because they're so big. I never get through a whole bag. I always end up wasting them. So sweet potato, bananas. I might get something like grapes or something to snack on. We need a fresh rosemary plant if we have one. Okay, I need chicken thigh fillets. I need salmon for Oren and I. Lawrence doesn't eat it, but Oren and I really enjoy it. Got lots of butter. To be honest, we've got lots of things in, which is good. So today I won't be sort of overwhelmed by how much I have to get and look after a baby. We need nice pastas actually. Pastas. You would have just seen I've just put some pasta soaking in water. There's a doctor I follow on Instagram and she was mentioning if you soak your pasta in water, cold water, it will go soft, but it changes the complex carbs. So it's more resistant starch rather than like glucose starch, so your blood sugars don't go up as much. So I'm just soaking it in cold water, then later I will boil water and chuck the pasta straight into boiled water. Cheeses, we've got cucumber, we've got salady bits, maybe I'll get some tomatoes, cottage cheese, avocados. we go back round. We probably could do with some more beans. Then I'll probably pick up some random vegetable, as I always do when I go in there. I pick up a random vegetable and think, how can I just have this week? So I've made a list of essentials. So we've got like eggs, cheeses, avocados, salady bits. Tonight's dinner, I've pretty much got everything in. I've got the chicken defrosting, I have pasta shells or pasta fusilli, and I have things to make in the sauce. So tonight's dinner's sorted, but it's mainly for the rest of the week. Also just making sure I've got enough for Oren's sort of lunches and things like that. I'm going to pick up some seeded wraps. I really should make my own wraps because we eat them so often. Let's go to Aldi. I'm not sure how much I'll film of me going into Aldi because I'm going to be a little bit stressed, but let's go. Wish me luck. We're here. Let me turn off the radio. We're here. He's a little bit grizzly. Wish me luck. Hopefully he'll be in the carrier, so he'll be okay because we've got the carrier and he'll be close, but I'm going to zoom around. We've only just got here, puppy. So far, so good. Fallen asleep. Guys, that was the most exhausting shopping trip of my life. Wasn't it? You fell asleep. Should we go home? Good boy. Okay, so we went to Aldi and it was successful. It actually was successful. He was super tired and I don't know if that was like a good thing, to be fair, but whatever it was, I think as mums we build things up much harder than they actually are, and when you do it you're like, that wasn't that difficult, it was absolutely fine. So I've now found this newfound confidence that I can jump in the car and bring him to the Aldi shop. I've not done both yet, obviously, so we'll see how that goes, because shopping with a 3.5-year-old, especially a high energy person like Oren is. Oren's a very high energy person, he's very tactile, so going with him and the baby to Aldi does scare me a little, but that will come in time. Let me show you what I got. I did have a little bit of a panic. I forgot about the list and I just shoved things in my basket or my trolley and I paid for them and I left. So none of it really makes sense. However, I have ordered myself a HelloFresh box this week. Plus, I had some wonderful food sitting in the freezer. So meal-wise, we were doing sort of okay, but I did get a few bits. So I got mixed nuts, because I'm stacking on these a lot, and I really think it's helping my nail strength and just overall skin. I got more green bananas. We like to eat the green bananas and bake with the bruised bananas, the freckly ones. I got flaxseed. I put flaxseed in lots of things. I put it in like pasta recipes, a lot of savoury things, and I put them in flapjacks and stuff like that. So I got some new rice, some more rice, because we needed some more rice. What else did we get? Oh yeah, so I thought we could do this together as part of like Mother's Day, looking after myself. I thought, let's try this. So I bought myself a leave-in conditioning mask from Lacura beauty range and hair repair hair oil. I love a hair oil. I've got very, very extremely thick, curly, frizzy hair. My hair is so thick, and I was actually saying this to Lawrence and my friends the other day. Lots of people love like the pregnancy hair growth. it's not actually hair growth, it's your hair stops falling out. I can't stand it. My hair is never as bad as when I'm like pregnancy and shortly after pregnancy, because my hair needs to fall out. It's so thick. If it's not falling out, it becomes extremely unmanageable for me. So I use like oils and stuff to actually get it to move, because it gets so thick and uncomfortable. You can barely run anything through there. But I do need to look into like a more curly hair thing. I'm gonna just browse around different like hair care routines, just look after my hair curls a bit more. And let's start with this. Let's do a leave-in conditioning mask, and let's do a hair oil and see what I think. Hopefully we like them. I got some mini eggs from Aldi, because the branded ones are just nowhere to be seen right now. Where are they? And they are very expensive for what they are, really. I found these which were really cute. They're reusable zip seal bags. Lion, tiger, or a lion, like a cat, bear thing, and a bunny. And yeah, they're just really cute, like reusable zip seal bags. And I thought they'll be great for like his lunch boxes, his sandwiches for forest school. And they just look cute, and I think he'll enjoy seeing them in his lunchbox. I picked up de mozzarella. I always have mozzarella in the fridge. I got some kiwis because they were part of the special 6 this week. And kiwis just have so many benefits. I always forget to eat them, but when I read about how much they do for you, I'm like, right, I'm going to eat a kiwi a day for the rest of my life. And then I forget 2 weeks later, but still, I bought them today, so we're gonna have kiwis this week. I got these, the Shake and Rake wildflower mix. I love things like this. I'm no longer gonna put it in the ground. I've just moved house and we've got the most stunning gardens. I'm so lucky. And I'm gonna upkeep the garden work that the previous owners did already. I'm not gonna try and change too much this year. I'm gonna because they've got tons of like climbing roses and rose bushes, and raspberry, like they've got so much. So I'm just going to focus on that. I bought loads and loads of pots from my old house here. So I'm just going to do some pots with some wildflower mixes and dot those around, because do you know what? If it doesn't turn out great, because sometimes they don't, sometimes they do, I won't be too annoyed. And it's not taking up ground space, but I'm still like putting loads of colour and looking after the bees and butterflies. So I got one of these. They're going to be for pots. I also got the Garden Event magazine. I'm going to have a browse through that today while I'm feeding him, no doubt. Picked up some chocolate oaties, because these are when you're having like a major crash. You know what? I could like choose a banana or some nuts instead, but sometimes you need a biscuit. Sometimes you need a bicky. I've got some kefir drink. Kefir is very, very good for your gut health. But my toddler loves yogurts and any sort of type of like dairy yogurt drink, and if I could just get like a more fermented one into his tummy. I really noticed a difference, to be honest, if he hasn't had it, if he hasn't had like fermented foods. I also got him some easy mango yogurt pouches. He's into these at the moment. These are just actually going to be for his lunchbox. I got some extra mature cheddar, just their normal variety, and then I got their West Country extra mature cheddar, which is like on a cracker, really enjoy it type variety. I recommend this one. It's absolutely delicious. If you want to have a look, that's what it looks like. I picked up the 100% peanut butter. I got the crunchy because I was feeling rebellious. I normally get smooth, but I got crunchy. And do you know what? A slice of sourdough toast with peanut butter every now and then will do me good, especially before a big, I was going to say run. I'm not running at the moment, trust me, but a big walk, I picked up this because I was really intrigued. Guinness Smoky Barbecue Rub. So we will be using that soon. I'll let you know how I find that. Yeah, I'll let you know. Their Thai green curry kit, because they're really, really good. They also do a red one and it's really good. And I picked up some golden syrup because we are baking a lot, and a lot of baking I'm going to be doing a Jane's Patisserie like Easter bake. I'm just going to stick to the recipe. Normally I replace golden syrup with things like maple syrup, but with hers I'm going to stick to the recipe and see how it turns out. Was that everything? Yeah, and I also got some salmon, but I've just put that straight in the freezer because that's for another day. I've got one of the most interesting things, a rubber brush, a rubber floor brush and a rubber dustpan and brush. Electrostatic rubber bristles easily gathers up dust, hair and other particles on a variety of surfaces. Now behind me I've got a fireplace and we've been lighting it obviously because it's been cold. We haven't lit it for a few days actually because it's warmed up, but the soot. There's actually soot and I can see it on the bottom of people's feet and it's stressing me out because I've just got new cream carpets upstairs. So I'm going to see if this keeps the soot away. But also just for like this whole area out there I've got tiles and out there I've got tiles. Just a daily little scrub. How do you clean it? Works on most households, so easy to clean. Okay. Well, we will see. I've never used a rubber brush. I've seen them on TikTok. Never use them. So Mummy's going to use them. Is that okay? Oh, okay. I have just made the most comforting bowl of chicken cheesy pasta and exactly what I need after a really tiresome evening last night, and it's got loads of goodness in there. But I'm just about to sit down and eat this with Orin and then it'll be the bedtime rush. Would you believe this is what I look like in the morning? You can believe it. Me too. I'm just running a bath because I'm about to use the Lacura leave-in conditioning mask. So with this, you shampoo your hair as normal and then you put this in your hair. But before I do, I just wanted to test the oil because I'm really fussy with hair oil. This is my hair right now. It's so big and dry at the end. To be fair, I haven't washed it for 10 days maybe. So this oil is like completely clear, which is really weird. Normally like oil's like more yellow. Oh, it feels nice and silky. It smells like strawberry vanilla. Okay, it's okay. I mean, it's hard to tell because my hair is like really in need of a wash. But it seems to have like dealt with quite some of the flyaways, not a lot, but some of the flyaways, and it doesn't feel greasy. So actually, I'm kind of impressed with that. It's in a glass bottle as well, which is quite nice. Anyway, let's wash my hair, get washed. I'm going to put bath bomb in my bath today, and then we will put the conditioning mask on and get some bits done. Lawrence has got the baby and Orin, and they're going for a walk while I have the luxury of doing my hair. One of those everything type baths, shaved, exfoliated. The only thing I did do is a face mask. Normally I have one of those things that's got an app, but I need to like reconnect it and find the charger because since we moved it's gone missing. But I love like a Sunday morning doing that face mask, an everything type bath. Apply to damp towel, dried hair. Start with 1 to 2 pumps and use more as needed depending on hair length and thickness. I'm going to need loads. Apply evenly from roots to ends, then let it sit for at least 5 minutes. Do not rinse out. After 5 minutes, style as desired. For best results, use once per week. I've got a hairbrush here. Sorry if you hate hair. Like, I hate like clumps of hair. So I've got a real thing about it. but the postpartum hair loss is beginning, which I'm happy about because my hair was just so dense I could barely do anything with it anymore. Right, one, two. Now, what I'm hoping is I will have hair that's just a bit more manageable, like isn't just one great big mess, and I can just style it a bit easier. Because I've been really struggling. I've just been scraping it back in a bun for so long. I'm definitely going to do that today anyway, but that's because it's a Sunday, and for me a Sunday is all about feeling fresh, clean, no makeup, going on a walk, tidying the house, having a nice lunch, playing with Orin, Mr. Jesper. That's what my Sunday's all about. So right, I feel like, yeah, it doesn't feel greasy, it doesn't feel like, oh no, now I need to wash my hair. Some leave-in conditioners can feel like that, but it smells nice, I have to say, and it feels soft here. I'm gonna get dressed now. I'm gonna put my hair in probably a butterfly clip up like this, just so it's sort of out the way, but hopefully, do you know what, I'm gonna put a tiny bit more on the ends. The ends are so dry. Eek. Wash my hands. Normally, after a bath, especially an everything bath, I put a bit of castor oil on my face and on my tummy. It just helps with like keeping skin plump and tight, and hopefully it will help with the sort of loose skin on my tummy one day. But okay, right, okay, my hair feels very clean. It does go a tiny bit crispy, this leave-in conditioner, a tiny bit crispy, but if you crunch it, it's almost gone. Anyway, what's going on with this big massive collar? That's me done. I feel really clean and fresh, and I feel good, and it's been nice to have a couple of hours to myself this morning. I'm not sure when they're back from their walk, but for now I'm just going to make a cup of tea, put some washing on, and enjoy the last moments of peace before my beautiful boys get home. But I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I look forward to seeing you on the next one, and yeah, bye.